Hello everyone, welcome to the session and welcome to my channel Aptitude Club. So today's session is going to be very interesting because I'm going to discuss a very highly relevant topic, like comparing the current scenario that CAD exam and other management interest tests almost are over, and this season we call it as the interview season, and a lot of people would be searching for like tips on how to prepare for the interviews, how to crack interviews now that you have put on a lot of hard work to ace the exam. The next step is to properly try and get ready for the GDPI what processes of the interviews. So through my video, I'll try and share some tips which in my experience I have found it to be useful while giving interviews. And through this video, I'll try and explain what all things you can do in the next coming weeks, which will like improve your chances and make you ready to give your 100% in the actual interview. All right. So if you are new to my channel and you like the video and my way of teaching, do like and subscribe to the Aptitude Club channel, and let's begin the video. Just before we start, a quick quote which I think would be relevant in this context. Robert Frost: "The best way out is always through." Okay, so we have sometimes lots of questions on how to begin, what to do, and my profile is not good, my communication skills is not good, and this is not there, that is not there. Instead of thinking of all those things, the only simple thing that all of you need to focus is to get started. What is there, what is not there, rather than worrying about all those things, just take the first step, one step at a time, and then you will see what's the power of taking small steps. Okay, just begin with a small step. If I'm not good in communication, let's say, I'll just start by communicating. I may not be good at it, I may not be fluent at it, but the first step is to start. Okay, if your profile is not very good, your academics are on a lower side, you cannot change it obviously, but what can I do to like make my other good things being highlighted in the interview? How can I bring on the other things that I've done? Maybe my extracurriculars are good, maybe like I have done something which makes me stand out even if I have not a stellar academic record. So always you have to go through the process. There is no shortcut, and you have to take the first step in order to go through it. Okay, so never ever try and dodge anything. Face it and try and see what all things you could have done better, analyze, introspect, and then come out better again. Okay, all right, here it is, the 5 tips, very simple things to do. First step, step one, is to know your resume. You have to understand what you are. Now this may sound very cliched, but sometimes we never give a thought to like this part of our side, that when I someone asks me, tell me something about yourself, it sounds a very easy question, but how do you answer it? What all things about yourself you will have to tell in an interview, and in what manner you should express. Okay, your academic record, suppose your 10th score, your 12th score, your favorite subjects, your graduation, and the courses you have done, the projects you have undertaken, the internships you have done, and about them, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your hobbies, your interests, you as a person, what kind of a person you are. You will have to know everything about your profile and you as a person, because that is what the interview is all about. If you look at the psyche of the interview, why are they actually interviewing, or why have they kept this as a step before giving you the final admission? They want to know you, step one. They want to see if you are a good fit to that curriculum that they are going to offer in the next 2 years or 1 year. They want to check that if you rightly fit into that, can you handle it? And the third thing is, are you employable? Three things basically. Okay, there's no other reason why they're interviewing you. You have cracked the exam and you have got a good percentile, but yet they are taking an interview, because beyond percentile they're trying to test a few things, and these are the three things. Okay, to focus on that part and to answer every question that is being asked in the interview. The first place to start with is, you know your resume, know yourself. Okay, and know what all things you have done. Any project, let us say, you have taken, and you have done that project, know in and out of it, because if you're mentioning it in your resume, you are highly likely to be asked about it. You have done some internship and you have mentioned it in your resume, you are highly likely to be asked about it. So if I have written and I'm not able to speak about it confidently, so that means I just have written it for the sake of writing. I was not actually involved in this. So that's a very negative like impression that I'm going to make if I'm going in that road. Okay, so whatever you have written on your resume, you should be absolutely thorough about it. That is point number one. Point number two is anticipate and practice interview questions. Now that you're ready with your resume and with your background and everything that is ready in your mind, you have to anticipate and practice interview questions. Now, how do I practice interview questions? I don't know what is it that they're going to ask me. So there are a few common questions which you can expect. I'm not guaranteeing that they will ask you this definitely, but you can definitely expect such questions in the exam. Like one natural question is when you enter the interview room, first thing naturally they ask is tell me something about yourself. So what usually happens is like you are not the only person being interviewed that day. So there would be let us say some n number of candidates, and one candidate after the other वैसे करके process चल रहा है. So one candidate comes out and then you go in. So in that interval time, what they would be doing is they would be evaluating the performance of the previous candidate, the panel that would be interviewing. Previous candidate ka performance they would be evaluating, they would be giving some marks, and in the meantime you enter. They will ask you to enter. So they might not have got that much time to evaluate your CV and what all questions to ask. So a natural question to be asked in that context is tell me something about yourself. So that gives them some time to evaluate your resume, and along with that they come up with questions. Okay, what all things you need to ask, and in that time you have the chance to seize that opportunity and you answer it in such a way that you catch their interest. Okay, they get interested from what you say in that question, because this is one question which is highly likely to be asked. Not every candidate is asked the same question exactly, but in some sort of a way or the other they ask this question: tell me something about yourself, tell me something that is not in their CV. So how have you been, and tell us something exciting today, something like that. Okay, so in those lines the questions will be asked. So that is one thing you should be ready, because agar pata hai that is going to be asked, so why not be prepared. Now one another side of looking at it is they also know that you are like preparing for the interview. So when they ask you this question, they want to see how well prepared you are with the answer. So that shows the amount of respect and seriousness for the interview. Because if you answer it in the proper manner, even if your answer is exactly not correct, there is no ideal model for answering it, but they understand that okay, this is a prepared candidate and you are taking the interview very seriously. So that gives a positive impression. Okay, so anticipate means now you know your resume. So what all things can be asked? Suppose I have done a project on XYZ. So what all related things can be asked on this? I have done an internship in let's say an automobile company. So maybe they are going to ask me something about the auto sector, or about the company, or about anything related to my internship, the scope of work that like I was involved in. So related to that, what all questions can be asked? So those kind of things you have to anticipate. Okay, every area of your resume, try and anticipate 5 questions at least and be ready with it. Now they might not ask a single question from what you have prepared, but the amount of preparedness that you come with by doing this process, that will exude confidence in the interview. Automatically you will feel positive and energetic and confident, because you have prepared for your interview in and out. So anticipate as many questions as possible from the different areas of your resume, and practice some basic questions like tell me something about yourself, why MBA, why this college, okay, and why not some other college, why not pursue, let us say you are an engineering candidate, so they might ask you why not go for MTech, and why MBA after BTech, or why not take a job, why MBA at this point, or something like that. Okay, so what are your strengths and weaknesses, and how have you overcome this? So what are your hobbies? What tell me 3 things that you have learned from your hobbies. These are some common questions that they ask in the interview, just to see are you ready or not, and how much do you know yourself. So that is why you anticipate the questions from your area of work or your academic record, and then also practice the basic standard questions that are being asked. So that will help you gain confidence while sitting in the interview. Then the third thing, once these 2 things are done, you are obviously sitting for an MBA interview. So you should be like ready of what MBA is all about. So understand the MBA landscape. Okay, a lot of people they prepare for management entrance exams, and they rarely like research on what MBA is all about. It's all hearsay. They might have heard from someone, and all stories and whatever things they have read, but there's no concrete preparation on what the MBA landscape is all about. Why are you doing MBA? What does MBA offer? what skill sets are you going to add after doing MBA, and how is it helping you in your career trajectory going ahead, and the courses, the classes, and the curriculum, how is it going to help you, and what kind of a career you want to end up, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years, and all that. How is MBA going to help in that? So you cannot answer those questions if you don't understand what MBA actually offers, what that MBA landscape is all about. It's all like MBA management and career and all. वैसे answer देने से नहीं होगा. You will have to thoroughly prepare and research on what this is going to offer, what are the companies, what kind of profile, what kind of subjects I'm going to read, which is more promising. There's nothing like this is better and that is not better, but which is your area of interest. Let us say you have specifically applied for a marketing course, or let us say for a HRM course. Why did you go for that, and why is this area like of your interest? What about this area makes you think that you can do well in this? So you should know in and out of the MBA landscape. Okay, so research on that part. Then research the program. Okay, the program of the particular college that you have applied, research the program. And by research I mean first step is to go through the subjects that are going to be offered in that course, what all subjects are getting like offered in that, and then the faculty maybe about that institution, when it was founded, what is the motto, what is the vision, and what all government tie-ups and projects and initiatives the college has taken, what all committees and extra activities you can be involved in the college and you relate to. Because how else will you answer the moment they ask you why this college? You can't obviously say because I have received a call. You have to come up with an answer which shows them that you are ready for the interview, you have actually taken interest, and you went to the website of the college, you have done some research. To research the program, research the institution, research different activities, and what is the scope of your improvement and your work and your ability to grow when you join that program in that particular institution. So research on that part. That is point number 4. And point number 5, very simple. Every time you answer, be confident and be positive. Okay, it's okay if you are not able to answer a few questions in the interview. There is no such rule that someone who answers all the questions will be definitely selected in the interview, or someone who doesn't answer a few questions is definitely going to be rejected. It's not about that. It's not about that. So always be positive, keep smiling, be confident, be humble, be a good listener. I'll talk about these things going ahead, but these are the 5 key areas which in my opinion will help you have a mental space ready to ace the interview. Okay, mentally it will make you prepared better to face the questions, to face the interview panelists, and to give the answers in a better way. Okay, so try and work on these 5 areas. I'll take more videos on each area explaining how you can work in detail going ahead, but to start with, this is the first video in the GDPI preparation series. So I hope these points will help you get started with your GDPI preparation this season. Now some key pointers, like what all things do they look for in a candidate when they are deciding to take you in the curriculum. So overall selection process में क्या क्या चीजें matter करता है. So first of all it is score, and that is very obvious because if you don't have a score you will not get a call. So first is score. The second is your academic profile, your 10th 12th graduation marks, and maybe your work ex and the companies you have worked with, and some internships and projects. So that broadly covers the academic profile. Then the third thing is communication. Communication is extremely important, and how you communicate will decide like how well you connect with them. Okay, if they connect with you better, they like you. Is like a very broad way of saying this. Like you leave an impact in the interview. After the interview, you have left some impact in a positive kind of a way. So that improves your chances, and that happens only through communication. So communication is very important. I'm not asking everyone to be an expert in communicating, but whatever level you are right now, try and develop. Okay, work on your fluency, work on the usage of words, work on your body language, work on your eye contact, and all these things, because communication is extremely important. Then clarity of thought. When they're asking you some question, the way you are framing your answer and building your answer and answering, okay, that shows a lot about your clarity of thought, how you think as a person, and what maturity level you are right now, and are you rightly fit for this program or not. So clarity of thought, and clarity of thought comes through again preparedness. You need to know what you are going to be a part of, and then you have to connect your background with the background, like, or with the program that you're going to join. So उसको connect करना चाहिए. Suppose I'm coming from a science background, then I did commerce, and then I'm joining for MBA. It's not bad, but how do I connect? And what link I have thought of this? It's not like I'm just randomly doing this for a job. So I need to have some clarity of thought. Why have I done this and then this and now going to do this, and the way you answer. So clarity of thought, like, it expresses maturity in a candidate, and that is very highly sought after in an interview. And then comes your extracurriculars. It's like adding stars to your CV. If you have good extracurriculars, good like hobbies, interests, you have good achievements in the extracurriculars and all, so that definitely makes you stand out and noticeable. Like I said, leaving an impact. So you can leave an impact if you have like good extracurriculars and good CV points wo hote hain. Maybe you have been a cultural secretary, or let us say you have won a national award in sports or music or anything. You have been a very active social campaigner on something, social activist kind of thing, or you have been very actively doing some kind of blogging or something. It can be anything. For an example, I'm not highlighting a particular hobby, whatever achievements you have, everything matters, and the way you put it. And again, you have to connect it to why it will going like it is going to help you in your MBA, because every answer is about that only. So whatever you say, you have to always come back to something related to the management skill set, and how your hobby, your achievement, whatever you have done in the past is going to help you in your MBA curriculum. So that indicates you are prepared. Point number one. Point number two, clarity of thought. Okay, you have actually thought this through, and every experience you have had in the past, you are going to use it to make yourself a better candidate for this program. Okay, so these are the 5 pointers that you need to keep in mind. So 5 points, that 5 tips I gave, and these are the key pointers that you need to keep in mind and understand the psyche of the panelists, what they are expecting in you. So accordingly you will prepare yourself. Some key questions that I said, like, you should like have a standard preparation. I'll make one video each on each of these questions, on how to answer these questions and all. But in the meantime, I want you to first write the standard answers of these questions. Tell me something about yourself. Write the answer. Write the answer, because once you write, you will get a lot of clarity. And don't write like it is a monologue or something. Write it in a communicative way. Okay, the way you want to speak, write that answer, rehearse it, make yourself ready. Look how you sound. A lot of people are very natural in answering, but for a lot of people it is very difficult, because when we think about it, we think that okay, we can answer, but once we start answering, we fumble, we get nervous, and we are not able to complete the sentences, and we speak wrong grammatical errors and all, everything we do. So that fluency is not there. So for that, you need to practice. You write the answers, practice. Tell me something about yourself. Why MBA? Why this college? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Extracurricular achievements and hobbies. Write about that. And then have a clear idea about your academic and work profile. If you are someone with WorkX, so what the projects you have undertaken, be very like thorough on that part. What was your role in it? What was the overall like impact of the project? क्या work का scope था, the client interaction and everything, and the industry the project was related to. Do some research on that. Suppose you are working with a client from the FMCG industry, so you have to do some research about the FMCG industry. If it is let us say something related to the healthcare industry, so you are naturally expected that okay, for 2 years I worked with a client in the healthcare industry, do I know something about the healthcare sector as well? So that is what you are expected. Similarly, people without WorkX. So if you are from engineering background, be thorough on your engineering subjects, because that is where the questions are going to be from. If you are from commerce background, be thorough on your commerce subjects, and like so on. Whatever background you are in your graduation, if you don't have WorkX, most likely you will be asked from the graduation subjects. So have a thorough preparation from that. What are some commonly asked questions from my area? Let us say I'm a mechanical engineer. So what are some mechanical engineering questions that are being asked in the interview? Some standard 50-60 questions can I be ready of? Because if I don't answer, maybe it's not going to be a problem, but if I answer, that definitely shows I am a serious candidate, I am a good student, and whatever I was doing, I was good at it. So that leaves a very positive impression. So try your best. It's not possible to answer every question from your background, that also I know, but try and be ready with as much questions, as many questions as possible, because that will give you that extra edge that you need to get selected. So these are some key questions and key areas you need to focus on, and write these answers. That is very important. You will have to write it. Don't think that okay, I can say just mind mein soch ke. Don't assume that you can speak at any moment you want. uh, some people are exceptions, they can do it, but if you are someone who gets nervous, so my suggestion would be to write and rehearse. Okay, don't mug it up, don't mug up the answers, or don't try to make it a little machinistic, but try to be natural. Try to speak up. The more you speak, the more confidence you'll get. And वो touch points तरह उसको लिखो, that when I answer this question, let us say, tell me something about yourself. When I'm answering, these are the points I'm going to touch, and accordingly I'll frame my sentences. I'll not write the answer, mug it up, and speak like I have like memorized it. It's not that. You will have to create some points. Okay, while answering this question, this is the overall framework that I'm going to follow. These are the points that are going to touch, and accordingly I'll create my sentences at that point only. Okay. So as I was saying, communication and personality, very important, because whatever you are as a person, whatever knowledge you have, what all answers you have, and your work ethics and everything will only matter if I get to know you. Okay, so when you are sitting in an interview, have a positive like body language, good posture, good eye contact, be a good listener. A lot of people miss out on this. When they are asking you questions, be a good listener and listen to the questions very carefully, and then take time and answer. Don't be in a hurry to answer. Don't cut them off getting excited because you know the answer to the question. Be very patient and calm, and whenever you're answering, answer with clear sentences and a confident tone. Maintain good eye contact with all the panelists. If there are 3 4 panelists while you're answering, make sure you maintain a good eye contact and a positive demeanor. Clean and neatly dressed and all those things, clean shaven, and you shouldn't be someone who is untidy, and you are not looking energetic and fresh, so that leaves a very negative impact. Okay, so a positive demeanor, clarity of thought, confident, good eye contact, good listener, and clear sentences when you are speaking. Okay, so that is what matters when you are answering any question. No matter how much ready I am with the answers, if I'm not able to deliver, then again that is an issue. So that is why practice thinking this through is very important. Then these are some cues I will do, like detailed videos about these questions, how to answer something like, tell me something about yourself. So someone, when they are asking you, start with your hometown, your name, family background, maybe the meaning of your name, and just 2 3 sentences. Okay, not elaborate talk about your hometown in detail, but let us say you belong to a city, so you should know about your city as well, the historical relevance that your city has. They might ask you questions from there. Okay, your family background, what does your father do, what does your mother do, are you aware of what is the work scope of your father, or the scope of work of your mother? Are you involved in that? Let us say someone is saying, my father is into business, and you are enrolling yourself in the MBA program, so are you aware of what your father's business is all about? Because that shows the first step, that okay, I'm into the management program and I'm naturally interested in business. So those kind of clarity of thought you should have. Okay, so you start with that part, 2 3 sentences of that, and then come to your work profile. If you are someone with work ex, so which company you are working, and how much work experience, what all things you have worked on, briefly. Okay, don't get into detail, let them ask you, and then you are ready for the answers. So let them ask you, but frame your answers in such a way that it should sound interesting. Academic profile, when you are answering academic profile, don't speak about detailed marks that I've got 93% in 10th and 82%, nothing like that. Okay, just say that my schooling is from this institution, and then I entered into engineering, or let us say entered into commerce, and like that. Okay, so this is the natural flow of your answer. Once that is done, then get to your extracurriculars and achievements apart from my academics or apart from work. These are the things I naturally take interest in and I'm involved, and I have I'm fortunate that I got an award, or I was recognized for my contribution in this and all. So you talk about your achievements and extracurriculars. That is the natural flow of this answer. We'll talk about these in the upcoming videos, but the fact that I told you to write the answer, so this should be your flow. Then the next question, and very important question in an interview: why MBA? And a lot of people fail to answer this. So I have created 3 steps where you can write your answer covering these 3 areas. First thing, you need to understand what MBA offers in value terms. Why MBA? तो MBA value में क्या offer करता है? तो MBA, if I say, it's one such program where you get to read such a variety of subjects: marketing, finance, operations, systems, and HR. So many subjects and all verticals of business you're going to read, and rarely there is any other program which gives you such a variety of subjects to read, and to what an immense opportunity to learn. Okay, and it gives you an idea of every vertical of business, so your thought process changes. The ability of ability to analyze a business, the ability to understand what is the vision of a company, why this is happening, why is that happening, why is this decision being taken. So you think of it in a more matured and a more informed way, because of this program and the exposure that it gives you. Apart from academics, MBA, the design and the academic pedagogy is such that you get exposure to leadership talks, internships, live projects, committee works in colleges, and every day or the other some kind of an event is happening. You get to work across so many groups in every subject, so it develops a sense of teamwork and your ability to manage time. And the fact that you have read so many subjects, so your ability to multitask, your ability to switch across functions in a business, and your ability to adapt to pressure, all these things improve because of the nature of the program. And you can answer only if you research about the program: how many subjects, how many terms, how many semesters, and what all things are there in the college. अगर ये इसमें हम research करेंगे नहीं तो how will I answer? So that is the first step. You have to understand what MBA offers in value terms. Then you have to find a bridge to connect MBA with your existing career trajectory. ठीक है, MBA is offering value terms. How do I relate it with me? Let us say I'm from commerce background, so how is MBA going to help me, and how I see myself in the next 5 years? So that bridge you have to think of. Naturally you'll have to do something or the other to connect. Okay, that is why I thought of MBA is going to help me, and I have decided to go and pursue this career. Okay, and the skill sets that are needed in a good manager, do you exhibit some, or have you worked on a few of those skill sets and then you thought, okay, why not MBA? And then the third point, research about the college so that your answer can be a little bit specific and they would know that, okay, this is a prepared candidate. Okay, because if you research about the college, it will help you know some unique pointers to answer. So as I explained, go to the college website and do a thorough research what the program offers and everything. Okay, so hope these points will give you something to get started with. I know it's not a lot, but definitely it will give you some insights. All of you are smart people. If you have cracked the exam, definitely you know how to go forward. It's not like I'll make you crack the interviews. You can do this yourself. My job is to just guide you in a few steps, and you will definitely figure it out on your own. But don't worry, this is the first video of the GDPI prep series. So I'll take up videos on each of the topics elaborately going forward. So thank you all for watching the video. I hope all of you enjoyed the session and liked and got some insights. If you are new to my channel and you really like the video, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. This is a new channel, Aptitude Club, and through this I'm trying to share my experience and the way I look at MBA preparation in and out, okay, from the beginning till the very end that you get the admission. So it's something where I share my experiences and whatever insights I feel are important, I try and share it through my videos. So if you like it, do like the session, share it with your friends also who are preparing for GDPI, and do subscribe to the channel. All the best everyone for your preparation, and thank you. Bye bye.